Israel, it seems, is once again heading for elections. There's been a gridlock for weeks, 60 of the opposition, 60 of the coalition. And it looks like things are now heading for another election. And we know that there have been 4 elections in 2 years. And also these 2 years have been not only marred by elections of elections costing tens and tens of millions of shekels, but the result being effectively no result and the inability to govern. The other additional major challenge that we have is sometimes one has to remind the members of parliament that people are actually seeing the discussions. So often I hear from people in Chutz La'aretz, in the diaspora, they say, are the people in the Knesset, when they're shouting and screaming at each other and walking out of different speeches and all that, aware that so often the lack of kavod and honor and dignity is seen by everybody around the world. And I want to share that at this time that we sit between BaOmer and Yom Yerushalayim, it is exactly this kavod, this ability to respect somebody that we disagree with, the ability to vehemently disagree with somebody's views, but to treat the person with respect is something absolutely critical. All of us know that the spiritual impediment reason given for the death of Rabbi Akiva students is Shelo nahagu kavod ze lazeh. That's what the Gemara in Masechet Yevamot says. People didn't respect each other. Even Torah students of the great Rabbi Akiva, who taught respect, that the great principle of the Torah is to love and respect each other, they did not inculcate this, of course, in their level, and they didn't respect each other. And that is the specific impediment that the sages saw in the fact that they were great students of Torah, but lacked the ability to truly accept those who disagreed with them. And so too as we come to Yom Yerushalayim. The great challenge of Yerushalayim, says the Malbim, Rabbi Malbim, the great rabbinic leader in the 1800s and one of the great more modern biblical commentators, says Psalm 122, which is the psalm about Yerushalayim, Ir shechubra la'yachdav, the Psalm 122, which speaks about the city which is joined together, unified together. He says the entire psalm is a challenge to the Jewish people, a calling to unite. Yerushalayim cannot come together, and the temple can certainly not be rebuilt without the basic quality of unity, the ability to have unity in diversity, to accept differences of opinion, and to be able to live with them. And I want to end and say that the Malbim beautifully explains the whole psalm, and there's a psalm that the part of the psalm says as follows: Yehi shalom b'cheilech, shalva b'armnotaich. There should be shalom in your cheilech. The commentators explain this referring to the outer wall of Jerusalem. If you want peace with the outer walls of Yerushalayim, in the cheil, the outer wall, what do you therefore need? You have to have shalva b'armnotaich. You have to have peace and serenity within the palace. And the Malbim says, you see from here, you cannot have peace with external enemies of Israel, with those who are fighting on the walls of Jerusalem, so to speak, if there isn't internal unity, if we aren't able to find accord within our discord internally, if Jews cannot accept each other, if in Israeli society and Jewish society we cannot find a way to work together in the Armon, so to speak, within, then there is no opportunity of achieving any peace deal, truly having peace without. May we all imbibe the lessons of BaOmer and do the Tikkun of Rabbi Akiva students and approach Yom Yerushalayim with the unifying fact of Yerushalayim, because only the ability to accept diverse views with a uniform, respectful, honorable way is ultimately the answer to the rebuilding of Yerushalayim. Shabbat Shalom.